Are you guys getting that? Oh yeah, look at that. That is about 2.5 pounds of meat. Uh, this is ground beef, and this look at this beautiful piece of meat. This is beef heart. Beef heart. Oh yeah. Mm. And this is some of the heart. I cut it into slivers. And so today's episode was basically going to be about the top 10 shittiest things on a carnivore diet. There's always this talk about, hold on, gristly heart. Sorry for chewing your ear. Okay, so I realized eating is a bad idea while doing this. So I think I'm going to put this down. And there we go. All right. Situated again. There we go. And back. I'm gonna save that food for later. Um, Sometimes your appetite isn't really where it's at, so you can make a delicious meal and then just not eat it. It happens, and it's normal, and you just have to listen to your body. That's how that goes. So, without further ado, let's get to the top 10 shittiest things about the carnivore diet, shall we? Number one is simply titled for me, lack of variety. You know, um, we all know that be difficult. Obviously, uh, just eating from the animal kingdom for the uninitiated can be very difficult at first. Um, it took me a while to go from ketogenic diet to carnivore diet, and yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Some days you're in love with steak, and some days you just want ice cream. It happens. The difference between um, your cravings when you're doing something like a carnivore diet is when they're coming. Cravings come when you get shitty sleep, when you haven't eaten enough calories, you're stressing. Oh, stress will bring that shit on like no other. You have no idea. And any myriad of things. Going to a family event and there's going to be a bunch of junk food. You increased activity for working, from working or going to the gym or jogging. Anything, any one of these changes are going to have a massive impact on the way you feel that day. I know one of my worst offenders is sleeping. If I sleep, here's the one-two punch that every carnivore who's done it for a while would understand. Eating a low nutrient dense protein at night, like let's say chicken or pork, and getting shitty sleep that night. Oh my god, that will fuck you up. Let's go to number two. Number two, the shittiest things about a carnivore diet is if you like chicken or pork, you're shit out of luck. It's that simple. you know, Chicken and pork almost become snack foods. When I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get, a large uh, chicken wings, I don't get them plain. If I'm gonna get chicken, I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I'm not strict carnivore. I am as strict as I can be. If I'm going out to a place, I'm not gonna ask them what sort of oils they're using to fry the food with. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm restricting myself to mainly meat and salt and maybe dairy. Uh, I'm fine with lesser quality food and lesser quality meat. But I realize when I eat chicken, I have to eat. If I eat a 2 pound steak, I am good. I'm good for a long time. But when I eat chicken wings, I have to eat a pile of them in order to be satiated. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm hungry. And if I get shitty sleep that night because of it, then it's just going to be a bad time. It's going to be a bad time. I'm going to be craving. I'm going to wake up hungry. It's just different. Chicken and pork, again, they're tasty, but they are not conducive to a successful diet. Number three, you have to keep a closer eye on fats. That's very important. That is one of the most important things to do. Uh, Even if you're eating a bunch of red fatty meat or fatty red meat, like let's say ribeyes, sometimes you're just not going to have enough. Sometimes you're going to be increasing your workload and your output, and eating more fats definitely helps. Eating just red meat is very satiating. You can only eat but so much, but so that's why I add fat. I would rather add fat to my meal and eat till satiety than eat the whole ribeye or eat the whole steak, still be satisfied but kind of hungry later. And then if you do 2 or 3 or 4 days of that in consecutive order, cravings are gonna come strong. So you got to keep an eye on fat. I always err on more fat the better. I don't. Of course, you don't want to gob infinite amounts of fat on your meat. That would make no sense. But a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of butter on top of your steak, why not? Number four would be, and this is when I wrote these things, I just wrote quick little notes. Um, and if you don't get enough fats in your diet. Number four would be four. Let me see if I got that. Four would be weakness and fatigue. Weakness and fatigue is paramount if you don't get enough fat. Weakness and fatigue is paramount if you don't get enough salt. Uh, I remember when I first started my carnivore journey, uh, I wasn't getting enough salt, and I passed out at work. It happened. I physically passed out. It wasn't pleasant. I didn't tell anyone why. I was also experimenting with fasting, so I was fasting, doing a fasted carnivore routine. Uh, Getting acclimated to my job still, increasing my workload, but whatever. It led me to pass out. So you have to be careful about that. You want to constantly get your salts and constantly keep an eye on your fats. I mean, there are some days where you might have to eat more calories. I don't really track my calories. I don't know if many carnivores do, because you're just eating one thing, and your body, once you eat one thing, your body tells you what you need. Um, but sometimes you just have to keep up with it. Increase the fats, increase the protein, uh, drink more water, put some more salt in your food, and you can fix that. So let's go to number five. If you don't like organ meats, you're shit out of luck. You know, everybody knows that organ meats. Well, everybody. I don't know if everybody knows. They should know if they've done any research that organ meats are the most nutrient dense food on the planet, by a mile, by a long shot. And there's a lot of carnivores who don't eat organ meats, but even if they don't eat the organ meats, they they still uh, they still seem to do fine. Um, and I don't know if organ meats are important or necessary, but just going by their nutrient profile, it would behoove anybody to at least try them. I'm eating beef heart, alone, just beef heart and salt and ground beef. Getting some organ meats throughout the day, week, month would be helpful. So we're going to go to number six would be uh, keep an eye out on your salts. I did mention salts when I mentioned the fat, but it's that important that I put it twice. Uh, because you need salt. You need those electrolytes. You need more than just salt. You need pink Himalayan pink, pink Himalayan sea salt, ideally, or other natural salts. But you also would want some potassium and magnesium. And I mean, there are different methods of doing it. You can look up Cole Robinson snake diet videos. You can look up Elliot Hulse. He's got some stuff on there. I mean, you can look up Tristan Haggard on Primal Edge Health. There's a bunch of sources out there that tell you about keeping salts and electrolytes in your water and making sure that you keep your salts up. It's better to have more than less. Where am I at? Uh, Number 7, and this ties back into the salt thing. It is you will have cramps. Yep, cramps fucking suck on the carnivore diet. I still get them every once in a while whenever I start working out more and depleting more of my body of its water through sweating or just not eating enough salt throughout the day. Uh, Sometimes at night I will cramp up still. Even to this day, I will cramp up. And it's been about 6 months now doing the carnivore diet. Still cramp up. So get your salts. Uh, Number 8, your sleep will suck. This is true. Unfortunately, your sleep is going to suck doing a carnivore diet, especially in the beginning. Your body is acclimating to this vast change in how you're allowing it to operate. Excuse me. Coffee, not carnivore, but it's delicious, so I'm drinking it. But your body's getting acclimated to that, which causes stress. I guess is a good way of putting it. Stress, as on the body that will cause your cortisol to go up, and your sleep patterns will sort of be in disarray, and you're gonna get shitty sleep. It happens. Uh, Drinking coffee too late um, will do it. Your body gets more sensitive to almost everything when you're only eating one thing. So coffee will be more sensitive. Coffee will have more of a sensitivity to you. Everything will have a more sensitivity to you. I mean, I can go on and on and on with the issues that you can encounter in a carnivore diet. They're innumerable, just like every issues with a ketogenic diet, with a vegan diet. Nothing's perfect, you know. Where am I at? Number 8 or number 9? I don't know. I didn't really write this list down perfectly. Um, I think number 9 is your cravings are gonna come like a motherfucker. This is true. Cravings will come, and that also goes, back when I said earlier on about sleep, about eating enough fats, about worrying about, your expenditure, how much are you fasting, uh, so on and so forth. Cravings will come, and they will come strong. When you're on the righteous path, evil comes a knocking. And I think the final one, number 10, is it is fucking hard to go back to regular eating. It is super hard to go back to regular eating. Uh, every once in a while, I decide to cheat, and every time I do that, I fucking regret it. I fucking regret it every single time I cheat. Uh, my stomach's in disarray. I start feeling aches and pains in places I didn't before. And it's just inflammation. It's just your body going to, becoming inflamed. It happens. So, I love ice cream. I can't have it, all the time. I can have it every once in a while. I can consciously uh, eat the ice cream knowing that it's going to affect me later, but that's still, that doesn't really matter. It affects me, and it affects everybody. And when you're on an elimination diet, such as the carnivore diet, um, you will notice significant changes in simple things you do. Your body becomes way more sensitive because you've taken those those. It's not assaulted with so many toxins and poisons and pesticides and lectins and oxalates and phytates and anti-nutrients. You can go on. The body is just in radiation, and the body's just being a fucking salted at all times, especially if you're eating a crappy diet. Um, Even more so. So when you take all that stuff out, every time you introduce something else in, it sucks. So carnivore ruined me. It ruined me. I cannot eat the same that I used to. I can't eat like I used to eat. and I'm gonna stick to a carnivore diet probably for the rest of my life, simply because of the benefits, how it makes me feel. Listen, you get energy, like you feel like you're on rocket fuel. You know, I had no idea how good you can feel by introducing just meat into your diet and nothing else. I feel like there's some days where my the energy is shooting out of my body. I can't even contain it sometimes. Um, well, I think this has been quite enough time. I wanted to finish my food that's over there, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want, like, subscribe, ring some bells. I don't know. I'm gonna make more videos like this, and hopefully they'll get better. Um, Hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, if you guys have any questions and or comments of your own about trying carnivore diet, or you're interested in it, uh, please look up any of the people that I discussed today. They are much more knowledgeable than I am. I'm coming in as a dummy. I've been doing it as a dummy, and I'm going to stay a dummy. And that's fine because I don't need all the science. It's fucking working for me. If I don't look 400 pounds anymore, we'll just say that. I lost a lot of weight. I lost I mean, I lost a lot of weight during keto, but carnivore is sort of leaning me out in ways that keto never could. It's breaking the plateaus that I were stuck at for almost a year now. So enjoy, guys. Like, subscribe, all that other fancy shit, and see you later.